John and I were recently down at IBS, KBIS down in Orlando, Florida, and we met Joe from Grabo, and we were checking out these new Pro brushless Grabos that they have. And I told Joe that we were working in the shop trying to make a vacuum lift for the CNC, and I asked him if they would send a couple of these out so that I could try and make this vacuum lift. So I'm still actively working on it. This is the, basically the gist of it. It's a piece of unistrut with this eye bolt here. We have a couple Grabos strapped to it. And this part is complete. It's really the hoist and the unistrut trolley that I'm working on that I can't seem to get right. This works great, but what this video is about the Grabos. So you can see we have these two Grabos, and they're mounted to this accessory that they sell that allows you to use the Grabo in a bunch of different configurations. So this is the Grabo, and all the Grabos have this, this same exact mounting system, so it's universal, and you can buy these brackets that have threaded holes, and they integrate with a bunch of different accessories that Grabo makes, and it made it really easy for me to make this. So you see we have one on this side, one on this side. So we're able to use these outside of the vacuum lifter. And a pretty simple little setup here. So 1/4 bolts. They're going through the threaded inserts in this plate, and I put a couple lock nuts down there just for a little extra safety. So very strong. We'll show you how this lifts a little bit later. Like I said, I'm still working on the hoist portion, but it does lift. I'll show you how these pick up a sheet of plywood. But let's turn on a Grabo. We show you, a little bit how they work. So we have our Grabo here. It's going to come in a bag like this. It's a nice, easy open bag. So I have one here. And these are 20 volt. So you see it's a cordless battery. So 2.6 amp hour battery here. And these get a ton of runtime. I'm going to tell you about how we were using these recently and how much runtime we've gotten. So it comes with a charger. So nice little rapid charger. Some accessories in here, your paperwork. And this is nice stuff. So this is a mounting kit for this plate. So you want to keep the bottom of this clean because this is a gasket. You see ours is a little bit dusty. This is a gasket that you want to keep clean. So you want to store this in this little tray, but they give you this stuff so you can mount this to the wall or mount it to a bench. That way it's just easy to put in and out. And then, this is really nice stuff to provide. Extra cover here for these buttons. If you're using this thing every day, say you're a mason and you're lifting up big pavers, this is going to get worn out with the grit on your hands, so they provide extra button there and some of these filters and gaskets for the bottom. So in addition to that, we also have a remote. So this is able to be controlled with a remote. One of the accessories I was talking about that will actually mount to these plates are a T-handle. So like I was saying, if you're a mason and you're moving these big 24 by 24 pavers, you could have a T-handle with this remote on top, and you could just pick up the paver and walk and set it down, release the vacuum. Really cool stuff. John and I were amazed by all the stuff that they had at IBS. Really cool stuff, a lot of cool accessories. So let's turn this thing on. So pretty simple. We have a screen here. Make sure that it's relatively clean. Very simple to use. We have a power button here, so we can turn that on. We haven't charged these at all. So we use these all day on an install, moving these huge cabinets that really we had no way to grip. This is our button to turn on the vacuum. So this is sucked. This is a very porous surface. You see, it's giving me an alarm because it's unable to get great vacuum on this porous surface, but that wasn't easy. That actually hurt my back a little bit. So if we suck down, this will be our release. So you turn off the vacuum and it's still stuck. Turn off the vacuum, it's still stuck, and we press this button. That'll release the vacuum. So see, like this. Let's try that again. This is not a good surface at all to be working on. So you see, we turn on the vacuum. We're sucked down to our door. And if we want to release, we press our red button here. Well, first we want to actually turn it off. It turns off automatically when it reaches the proper amount of vacuum. So we turn it off. You can see the red light there, which means the vacuum is off. Press our release. And you can see how much that moves. So it's compressing this gasket with all that suction. As I had mentioned, we use these a ton on an install last week and this week, and we're using 2 of them to help lift up cabinets. So we built these, there was a bunch of big cabinets in this job, 2 of which were painted. So it's glacier green, 3/4 of an inch. They're about 55 inches tall, 18 inches deep, and 48 inches wide. So these things are super heavy, and there's not a good place to grab them. So we build our cabinets with a plant-on back like this, and you can imagine a big, wide upper cabinet. There's not a great place to grab it. So you can grab the front, but the back is totally smooth. And when they're that heavy, it's hard to get a hand underneath, and it's also hard to set the cabinet down when you have a hand underneath. So what we actually did is we used the Grabo, so I'll demonstrate what we did there. So we take our Grabo, stick it to the side, stick one to the other side, and this is how we loaded the cabinets into the van. It's how we got the cabinets out of the van, into the site, and actually in place. So these had to sit on top of a 36-inch high countertop, and we even had a cabinet that was in a 12-foot ceiling room, and it was about an 8-foot tall cabinet, and it sat on top of a bench. So it was a 4-foot wide cabinet in a room that was like 4'3". It was really the only way that we could get it up there. And it's really easy because now you have this handle, and you know, it's not going to move. Like the strength on these, they're about a 400-pound strength on each. So the cabinet doesn't weigh 800 pounds. And you know, you have a great place to put your hand. I was even putting a hand underneath of the battery. And it's nice to be able to position it in a place to keep the top of the cabinet stable, maybe a little bit higher, and your hand on the face of the cabinet is a little bit lower. We use them all day, and you can see we haven't charged these yet. We still have 3 bars of battery out of 4. They've really been working great. We would have been in big trouble, I think, without them on that job. And you know, I'm surprised I haven't gotten them sooner, to be honest. So I think maybe we'll set up this vacuum lift one more time, and we can show you how it works and sort of what we're working towards. We're here next to the CNC, and this is where we stage our material before it actually makes it onto the CNC here. So we either stage it on this, it's an ADAPA tilting table, or we just have some dunnage on the ground, and we could fit, you know, a whole bunk of material here, so 20, 40 sheets of material. And this is sort of what I'm working towards, is this vacuum lift idea. And I tried this in the past with some knockoff Grabos, and it definitely did not work. So these have totally changed it. It works great now. My issues are up here. So I'll show you how it works. Grabos are on. And this isn't a full sheet. We're going to be cutting some remnants today. So you can imagine this is a full sheet. It works just the same. Turn it on. It sucks down. And now we have this remote controlled hoist above me. So that's actually mounted on unistrut, and there's trolleys attached to the top of the hoist. And I can use this remote and actually pick up the sheet. So the idea is we'll have a little T-handle on here, and we can actually pull the sheet over. I can see if it'll work. This is a lighter piece. With heavier stuff, I'm getting hung up. That's my issue. So yeah, you see we have a seam in the unistrut. The biggest unistrut I can find locally is 10 feet. I know it's available in 20 foot, so that's the goal, is to get a 20-foot piece and try this again. But if I get some speed, there we go, we get past it, and we actually have to come out past the gantry on the CNC here. And then if we had our T-handle, the idea is we'll have a T-handle coming out. We'll use the remote for the Grabos, and this will be mounted on it as well. So then we can just, you know, lower our hoist and get our material onto the bed of the CNC. So we're almost there, working on it. But again, needs to dedicate a little more time to getting all this stuff out here sorted out. This works great. We lift full sheets of 3/4 inch HDM, which weigh over 100 pounds. Pre-fin is pretty light, but these Grabos, like I said, they're rated for almost 400 pounds each, so we can lift a lot of weight. But they become indispensable in the shop and on the job site. So that's the real bonus right now is we're not using them on the vacuum lift at the moment, but we're using them to pick up these big heavy cabinets that wouldn't be able to be picked up otherwise. Turn these off. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I think these Grabos are a really great tool. They have a whole different line of tools and accessories, not just these pro brushless models. So check them out. Let us know what you think down below, and we'll talk to you next week.